please introduce yourselves.
Oh, sweet. Well, my name's Lukas. I co-wrote and co-directed Damned. And my name is Elio. Catch me in the next Pixar movie. I co-writer, co-director, classmate.
Well, first, congratulations. I mean, it's
Thank
an excellent film. It's so well made. And it's, I will say, we get a lot of stuff from FSU, and the quality is so high.
Yeah, we actually spend tons of time on set just rotating through every position. And so I think it gives everybody a very solid understanding of the filmmaking process.
Well, I'll be honest, as a programmer, I was like, okay, funny horror, and then we get very real. And I just find it so good, because I've seen it several times now, and it's honestly the co-writing, right? It's so well written, because there's, I remember there's like lines that you missed the first time that are, you're totally building this world. When the guy's trying to cut the thing off, he's like, you're a demon, I can't do anything, but I can get this thing off your ankle. Of course he doesn't, but. Yeah. But it's, and I gotta tell you, I think you could feel it in this audience that when we see the boy, like you pulled on our heartstrings in a film that was really, really touching and dark and made us feel for this guy. You know, I mean, I bet most of us, if we were in a convenience store and he walked in, we'd pull back too, right?
Yeah.
But instead, you created huge amounts of empathy for him, and just like with some of the others, and your demon character, you totally pulled that off.
Yeah, that was actually hugely in part to our production designer, Zeke. He's really inspired by Guillermo del Toro and his work. He has a lot of family from Mexico, and so he was just like, how can we make this demon as freaky as possible? And yeah, without that collaboration, I don't think we would have, come to what we see on the screen.
Excellent. Well, did you decide who had the idea initially when you came up with it?
For Dan in general?
Yeah, well, you said you co-wrote it, but obviously one of you probably said, hey, I want to make something about, or what was the genesis of it?
Oh, it was essentially, we wanted to actually take our swing at comedy, because we like to make light of life, contrary to that film. But yeah, we ended up just it not really clicking with us, and we wrote Jesse actually initially as a very unlikable character in another script, and we were like, damn, we really like him. Like, why do we like this idea of him and the whole demon aspect of it? So we kind of took those three things, jumped off the sinking ship, and then we ended up writing that in pretty much one night.
Yeah, one night,
Yeah.
a lot of coffee and nicotine and other things, I'm sure, yeah. But yeah, it was crazy. We truly, like, I remember specifically, it was like 3 a.m. and we had just brewed an entire pot of coffee.
And we were wearing our chef outfits.
We were wearing a full chef outfit in our writer's room in Tallahassee, which was just a deplorable room. And yeah, and we wrote the whole thing in a night. It was really crazy. It kind of just flooded out. It was really wild. But yeah.
And you had the whole thing in mind, not a lot of rewrites, it sounds like?
I would say there was just touching on what you had mentioned about the dialogue, was we really wanted to be intentional with it and not really utilize any lines that seem superfluous. And so we wanted to make sure and go through and cut and make sure it was just lean and mean as possible. And even when we were shooting on the days, we were cutting shots, and sometimes by necessity, but other times by just, we didn't really need it anymore. And then that made its way to the edit. I think it initially started out as going to be like a 15-minute film, and we just leaned it down that way.
Yeah, all right, start thinking of questions. And my last compliment is really that, just like the world building thing, like, at no level do I ever doubt the demon and its ability to harm. Like I know it's not there in the convenience store, and yet he pulls the gun, and like my brain is picturing him firing at nothing, but the woman's react, like it's actually really, I think it's a very sophisticated story, because you completely sell us on this supernatural thing, and honestly, it just feels so real. And it's not everyone pulls that off all the time.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really kind of you to say.
Excellent. All right, anyone have a question about Damned?
Was it ever challenging working with an actor who has horns over his eyes all day?
Yeah, actually. We have a lot of good photos of him. He needed to decompress a lot of the time because he was pretty much just in the chair for the first 6 hours of set every night, and we actually shot everything at night. And so we have a lot of funny pictures of him like smoking cigarettes with it like halfway through. And he's been a long time collaborator. He's like a Tallahassee local, Powell-Walker. I don't know if you've ever worked with him or
No.
Yeah, but he's been there acting in movies since like 1998.
Cool.
Stuff like that. So yeah.
Could he see?
No. He was allegedly supposed to be able to see. There was like small slits,
Yeah.
but there was a lot of like, he's doing this, and he's like, where do you want me to walk? Where do you want me to go? And yeah, we couldn't get into a lot of the locations until the day of, because that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So he had a fun time, but we were holding his hand, literally, and just walking him through the spaces and stuff.
That's cool.
What was like, do you have like a metaphor or is there symbolism in this, or is it more just supernatural? I was curious if there was something under at all.
Yeah. Well, really, it was kind of a, believe it or not, kind of a twisted love letter to our parents, because all the sacrifices that they made for us to be able to just kind of do our own thing. And I come from a very strict Cuban immigrant house, so when I was like, I'm gonna do film, they were like, you're dumb, no, you're not gonna do that. And so, but they eventually supported me, and they sacrificed so much, and so that was really at the heart of this story. And I know it's obviously like, you know, there's a fucked up demon with eyes for horns, or horns for eyes. You don't really see that, but we were trying to really like always keep that in mind on set when like we're coming into different challenges and stuff, and obviously with Everett and stuff, like it was one of those things that it always just kept us kind of going. So that was like, in essence, the metaphor, so to speak, behind it.
Yeah. There's a huge mentality of like, fuck it, we ball, when we were making this movie, just because of, you know, the sheer amount of production issues that kind of happened. That's actually my little brother up there. He was never supposed to be in the movie, the little one in the hospital bed. But yeah, we just had 2 or 3 actors drop at the last minute, and even our lead, he's just in school with us, so he's not even an actor. Our picture vehicle died 3 times. Yeah, dude, it was so fun. But yeah, my dad, he's been a bartender and stuff in Orlando for a very long time. Finally went over to ownership, but he still goes like 17 hours a day, and so his ability to just be able to sacrifice for us to be able to, you know, kind of do what we do today, it just showed me a lot about work ethic and showing up for those that you love. So.
He was great, wow.
Yeah, he rules. Kelley, I can't shout him out enough.
Did you guys shoot this in Florida?
Yeah, we did. All in Tallahassee at night.
Was your experience, did people let you like shoot at their locations for free?
Yes. So a lot of people, it's, apparently way different out here. But yeah, we got to show up to like a mechanic's, that whole scene in the garage, and he was like, man, I love movies, and you don't ever see them get made, so I mean, yeah, let's do it. And that was the same thing. It was actually very, very, very challenging to find. That's actually a pediatrics office that we shot the hospital scene in, because the hospitals will not let you shoot for like violation of HIPAA and patient confidentiality and stuff like that, and so that was actually ended up being a huge challenge, but we ended up getting it done.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Because I have a question that someone on the jury asked me, and well, this is, I almost want to piggyback off the horns on the eyes, and the question is the mullet a wig?
The mullet is not a wig.
The mullet's for real.
The mullet's for real. That's Cole Kelley's style, man. He's a very interesting fellow, very talented director, and I'd say he rivals himself with his acting ability too. But no, that's just the way he rocks.
That's who he is.
Yeah, 100%. He actually like kept the costume and stuff like that, because he was like, I'll just wear this on a daily basis and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just how he rolls.
Well, that's excellent to know. All right.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Well, congrats on great work.